I'm Sonia, a personal brand and style coach. My journey began in the corporate world and through lived experiences has led me where I am today. I've walked in those uncomfortable shoes, faced the same challenges and questioned my path to professional success while simultaneously navigating my personal style journey and the challenges that each decade brings. I wholeheartedly believe in the fusion of personal brand and style strategy. My mission here is to provide you with practical, actionable strategies and lived experiences to help you unlock your next level of success through the power of personal brand and style. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Style and Strategy podcast. I hope you've been enjoying the episodes to date. And if you have, let me know, because I don't know if you are or not. It would be wonderful if you want to leave me a review or even just drop me a note and let me know what is resonating for you so I can provide more content around the things that are important to you. Anyway, today I wanted to touch on, I had a bit of an email conversation with a potential client this week, and I thought it was a really good topic to chat to you around in the podcast. And so the potential client that I was chatting to actually said, and this is verbatim, the trouble I have is that I have a whole cupboard of clothes that I never get to wear anymore because I just don't leave the house as much. Working from home means I don't get dressed up anymore. And I read this and I felt really, really sad because what has happened, especially post-COVID, is we've got back this slight balance in this work life or, home life balance in our lives, which has been really fantastic. However, what has then played out, and again, this is just my perspective that I have seen, is that we've then gone, well, I'm not going to see anyone. I'm not going to be doing anything. So I might as well just stay in my leggings or maybe my PJs down the bottom, if I've got to do some meetings, or maybe I'm not even doing meetings. So I'm just behind the desk and I might be popping out to the shops, etc. And, for a little while, this is okay. And I think many of us experienced this through COVID at the time, right? We got really excited living in our activewear sort of all day long. And it is easier, right? Because you get up, might go for a walk or walk the dog, go for an exercise, head down to the local cafe, and athleisure wear has become such a critical part of our day to day. However, what this has also done for many of us is where you aren't doing that shift. Yes, you've got a whole wardrobe of clothes that are sitting there that aren't getting used anymore. So we need to address that issue. However, at the same time, what we don't realize is from a mental perspective that actually, there is psychological studies that have been done on this to actually show that from a mindset side, there's a level of sort of that dopamine hit that comes through when you get dressed. You feel like you've got motivation to go do something, or there's that shift in your day that slowly slides away. Now, the key point that I do want to call out, because there is a misconception here that getting dressed for work always means you've got to get dressed up really, corporate or professional or things like that. I'm certainly not, there'll be certain industries where that may apply, but actually it's just looking to go, well, can I get dressed in a way that makes me feel ready for work or ready for the event that I'm doing something and gives me a bit more of a purpose, or dress for the event and or activity that you are actually going to do. So here's why, a couple of reasons why dressing up casually for, remote work matters. So as I said, look, it can actually help to boost your productivity and mindset. Even if you're going from your leggings to, leggings or PJs to a casual dress, can actually enhance that productivity by setting that mental boundary between relaxation and now I'm ready to do some work. So even that third space in between of, having that shower, getting yourself set up for the day can help mentally prepare you for that. So you start to do that transition. Two, it helps just push your confidence level. So if you opt for, let's say, a casual yet put together outfit, it can still help with that transition and boost confidence. Because when you feel good about how you look, it can then reflect in your work and your interactions, even if it is being done virtually, or maybe you are just heading down the shops for a coffee pickup. Because when you get dressed, it's not about getting dressed for other people. You're doing it for yourself. And then also it's about, well, what is your personal brand? And you know that I talk about this a fair amount, but what is the image that you want to portray? What's important to you? And so ensuring that your clear messaging and that consistent, look and feel, etc., is all balanced together with what it is that you're trying to demonstrate, whether that is virtually or face to face. And then also think about the fact that it can actually support routine and structure. So getting dressed as if you were going to maybe into the office, even if that means smart casual, helps to maintain a bit of a routine for you. And sometimes that structure can be really critical for those who maybe struggle with the flexibility of remote working. And it can provide, a sense of a normal day and that structure around discipline, especially where you find that you might need a bit of structure around your day. So what are some of the things that you could potentially consider if you are working from home to help you get on this track? So one could be, setting what is your casual dress code for at home? What does casual mean to you that it actually makes you feel great? It could be a nice smart top, a pair of jeans, comfortable trousers. It could be, a nice shirt. It could still be in your slippers and your runners, but, what is that going to look like for you? You might want to think about planning your outfits. So just as you might prepare for a week in the office, plan your remote outfits. What have you got on? What are you planning to work on over those few days that you're sitting down at your work from home desk? Maybe you've structured your week in a way that, a particular day this is the day that I'm going to do all video calls, or this is the day that actually it's all project-based work and I'm actually just going to be behind the laptop. So, what does that look like? And then, finally, it's about looking at the versatility of your wardrobe. So have a look at those pieces that you've got in that wardrobe that aren't serving you anymore. Can you, one, think about, can I start to incorporate this with some casual pieces or not? Or can I wear these in different ways? So for example, you might have had a lot of blouses or shirts in your previous world when you went into the office and that aren't being used as much anymore. So can you look at maybe layering those so that you've got some sort of undershirt underneath and you can wear it open so that way you're wearing it more, and then you could wear it with a pair of leggings over the top? How can you get more out of those pieces that are just sitting there? And if you can't, then it's time to sit down and reassess what is there. Because every time you open that wardrobe and you see those pieces in there, your brain is probably going through, oh, it's such a waste. I used to love wearing these pieces. I don't use them anymore. So what can you do in order to either pass those pieces on to serve someone else better so they can get more life out of them, and so then perhaps you can look at investing in adjusting to your new lifestyle? I can't tell you the number of clients that I've worked with where they've had this corner of their wardrobe, whether that's office pieces or whether that's casual, and they're now starting to go in the office more, that it's that same element. And it's so important to be able to consider, what does your lifestyle look like today? And how can you maximize? Because without you realizing it, it's actually impacting how you feel about yourself. And, how you feel about the pieces in your wardrobe, whether you're thinking, oh, it's such a waste of money that these are there. It's making me harder. It's making it harder for me to get dressed in the morning. And that's why I rotate those same pieces over and over again. You've got a real opportunity to, change and consider, how can you do things differently? Now, if you are thinking, oh my goodness, this is me, and I need to put on my to-do list to actually change things up a little bit, well, I invite you to my free masterclass. And so that is being held this week and next week. And I will be covering the 3 critical strategies that you need to be aware of to get more out of your existing wardrobe without having to max out your time or budget. So I would love to see you there. So come and join me. If you need the details, just check the show notes below and jump on and register and save your seat. I'd love to see you live, because I do have a very special gift for those of you who, take the time up and tune in live, and that will be a strategic shopping checklist for you that you will need every time you walk out the door as well. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and let me know how you go. Thank you so much for being part of this inspiring episode. If you found value in today's discussion, please don't keep it a secret. Share it with a friend on social media, tag me at Your Style Collective, and leave a review. Your support means the world. Join me again next week for another empowering episode of Style and Strategy, the leadership series. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, you're already taking that first step towards your transformation journey. See you next time.